face of what many are feeling is a differential treatment for the high and mighty from the common man, a federal high court sitting in Abuja has granted permission to a former governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yahaya Bello, to travel to Saudi Arabia to perform the 2026 Lesser Hajj. Justice Emeka Nwite on Thursday ordered the temporary release of Bello's international passport, which had been in the custody of the court, to enable him undertake the religious exercise. Bello is currently standing trial in an EFCC case over an alleged 80.2 billion naira money laundering and misappropriation charge, which he has denied. The former governor intends to observe the last 10 days of Ramadan in the Holy Land, Saudi Arabia. His previous request to travel for medical reasons had been denied. Now, you can only imagine that people on X and various other social media platforms had a lot to say. Let's take some of that feedback. On X, Scood said the craziest part was the fact that this person evaded arrest multiple times, and at one point, a siege was laid on him by the EFCC to arrest him, yet the same man was allowed to travel abroad. No sane judge should permit him to travel because he's clearly a flight risk. Well, Ali Wan had a different view. He said whether Yahaya Bello travels is a matter for the court, not public sentiment. If there's no valid court order restricting him, allowing travel isn't a scandal, it's due process. The EFCC should be allowed to do its job, and the courts should handle conditions like that without public misinterpretation or selective outrage.
You see, it just shows the kind of, that's why I say the country is not normal. The judge that granted this, the same Yahaya Bello that resisted arrest multiple times, that made the EFCC do merry-go-round, that Ododo was protecting, that almost his arrest, when they tried arresting him, almost led between a fisticuff between the EFCC officials and the police authorities that were guiding him and Ododo. The same person is being allowed to go to Hajj. So can the Hajj, is it today Yahaya Bello is going to be going to Hajj? If he doesn't go to Hajj, will he die? Most newspapers are not reporting it. Have you seen EFCC, the way they tabled what the evidence of transaction the witness was saying in court yesterday?
Yeah.
A lot of papers don't report. And I don't know why papers are not reporting all that is going on. Over 100 billion, our transactions were being made. It was on EFCC's website. And EFCC will criticize you, but when it will join you in the work of fight against corruption, you can see we are joining you, amplifying your story now. See, so while all of this is happening, the judge did not see all the shenanigans in the past. Because this is the same government that is so quick to say, we can't give Nnamdi Kanu bail because he jumped bail at a point. Yahaya Bello that resisted arrest, he must go to Hajj this year. Yahaya Bello that has been going to Hajj all his life, is not Alhaji Yahaya Bello. If he doesn't go to this one, nothing will happen. So he must go. So you see the way we keep deceiving ourselves in this country. That's why the truth is very brutal. So if you can give, Yahaya Bello back his passport to go to Hajj, if people like Emefiele say they want to go to Jerusalem, will you give them their passport back? No, you see the kind of country we live in. It's dirty. The hypocrisy is dirty.
Okay, let me put it like this. It's a trite point of law that a man is considered innocent until proven guilty. He has not, former Governor Yahaya Bello has not been
convicted,
classified as guilty. He has not been convicted. And to that extent, he having been granted bail, the court is obliged to continue to respect his fundamental human rights. Number 2 point, bail is granted at the discretion of the court. Now, the reason here is, the only reason it can be taken away is if the court considers the individual a flight risk. Obviously, Justice Emeka Nwite does not consider Yahaya Bello a flight risk. However, there are also, safety valves internationally in terms of how, international cooperation with regard to crime and structures that are in place have evolved. That even when a person is given the opportunity to travel, then of course, if the person decides to be a flight risk, those safety valves will kick in. If you run away to anywhere in this world, those safety valves will take you back to go and face justice, or you will face trial where you are, depending on the circumstances. There's something called extraordinary rendition. International Interpol will get you and take you back to that your country, except you don't move around. The third point is that courts have procedures. It is not unusual for a court of law to grant, temporary relief and say, okay, you can travel with your international passport. When you come back, you can return it. The court operates on the basis of procedure, if you like, not on the basis of mob sentiment. I hope that the day will never come. That day will never come when the judiciary in Nigeria will take decisions on the basis of what the mob says. That will be mob justice. The procedure will be followed. And I think in this particular case, just the Court of Justice Wite is following basic procedure, and he has not done anything that is unusual. Those are the points in my view.